Hello?
Hey William, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank
Yeah,
you. I can hear you,
yeah.
but it
Oh,
sounds like a
go ahead.
little bit of there's some like interference there, but I think I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Clearly not.
Yeah, no, I had just gotten out of work, so I tried to get as fast as I could on the phone.
Oh, okay, you're connected to the phone. That's all right. Yeah, no problem. So welcome to our first one-on-one meeting. Just to let you know, I'm required by Udacity to record these meetings just for data quality assurance, right?
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So,
I'm doing the. Okay.
was that?
Oh, I didn't hear the last part. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that I'm required by Udacity to record these meetings just for quality assurance. Just to let you know.
Yeah, no, no problem.
Awesome. All right. So very briefly, I'm going to tell you how the one-on-one meeting works, and then after that, I'll just love to hear more about your background and what you expect to get from this program. So basically, the one-on-one meeting, the way it works is you can schedule a one-on-one meeting with me every week, and it's not required, but it's a tool for you to use. And basically, we have a small format that well, you cannot see right now, but I have it here. And I ask you basically three questions. How's your progress coming along in the program? And if there are any changes which make to your learning plan? And finally, what can I help you with today? And that's where we're going to spend the majority of our time, basically reviewing your code, running some tests, or walking through some concepts or through some projects. So that's basically like a bird's view of what the one-on-one mentor meeting is. And so I have put together for you a learning plan, which is a spreadsheet. I know you cannot see it, but I'm going to share it with you after we finish our call. So it's basically, it has your starting date, and it has each day of the week, and it has the content focus for that specific day. So you obviously can progress faster if you wish to do so, but this is the expected progress rate if you're spending about 2 hours per day working on the materials of the course. So I'm going to share this with you after we end our call. Awesome. With that being said, before we begin with the questions, once again, my name is Javier. I am your mentor throughout the course. I'm actually a data analyst, but I've completed all the projects of these data engineering program. So I've gone exactly through what you're going through, and I have battled with each of these concepts and projects. So feel free to drop your questions through the Student Hub or ask your questions through this one-on-one meeting. So what about you, William? Like, what made you decide to choose? What made you choose this program, and what do you expect to get out of it?
Well, the reason I chose it was because in my job they were having me query a lot of data.
Okay.
And I think that my job is probably a little bit different than what I expected for like the data engineering.
Okay.
Because initially I used data engineering for querying, like large amount of data for either analyzing, like using statistics or something, right, to measure or manipulate, like big amount of data. And I guess like that's what we were doing at work, but I didn't realize that the whole data engineering, when you learn it, or the job itself, has to do more with like a lot of data warehouses, right?
Right.
And and ETL, and so that caught me off guard. And I don't really know, In the end, I want to work with like data engineering and getting data from somewhere, right, and transforming it to like a database on Redshift. But it was a little bit difficult for me to kind of look for jobs in like medical devices that do that.
Okay.
So I don't know. It was weird. I think I guess the thing that I want to come out of the program is learning more about like the Hadoop or the Spark or like these like NoSQL type of stuff or Postgres.
Right. Okay. Have you got a chance to look at the different units, different contents of the course? Uh, so well, I guess you
In
can look
regards
at.
to which one?
No, no, like in regards of all of them. Just let me give you a brief walkthrough. So your first project is going to be about data modeling with Postgres, and the second one is about Apache Cassandra. So you'll be really interested in that. The third one is cloud data warehouses. So it's all about AWS. So I think you might have already know most of it, but it's going to give you like a bigger insight in what you're doing your day to day and your job and your day to day. And after that, it's going to get really interesting because it's all about data lakes with Spark, which you say you're really interested in. And after that, data pipeline with Airflow. So I think that these last two projects are going to be of a big interest to you, based on what you're telling me right now.
Right.
Awesome. So, little briefly, let's go through the three questions. So, how's your progress coming along in the program? So, you started on October 9th, more or less. So today is November 4th. Sorry. So you should be
That's okay.
working on the Apache Cassandra project. But where are you currently at with the program?
I believe so when I went on last week, which I didn't realize that there was a whole documentation portion of it, but I believe I finished the first two projects, but I didn't document it, so I need to go back and complete those because I started on the third project. I believe it's the third one where I guess I'm creating an ETL for on Redshift or something.
Yeah, that is the third project. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Okay. So
so that's kind of where I'm at.
okay, but you say you already finished the other two projects, but you just haven't turned them in, or what?
Uh, yeah, I didn't complete. So I got feedback, and the feedback said that I didn't complete the documentation. So I guess
Oh,
I
got
haven't
it.
submitted it.
Right. Well, you have to explain your reasoning for your design decisions. Yeah, gotcha.
Right,
Okay.
right. So I have to complete those two things.
Oh, but that's really
Um,
quick. I mean, you can finish that up this week if you have the time, of course.
right.
Okay.
And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm on the third project, and that's why when I had messaged you about creating I didn't create that bucket, the S3 bucket.
Right. Were you able to? I answered you back about just making sure that it was the IAM user was created in the US West too, and just making sure that your clients were created like the right way. But were you able to do that? And is it running now?
I haven't implemented it yet. So I don't know yet. So I'm probably gonna do that later on tonight.
Cool. Please let me know if that fixes the issue, and if not, feel free to share more of your code with me, and we'll be able to figure it out.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. So based on what you've told me, the second question is if there are any changes that we should make to our learning plan. And I don't think we should make any changes. I think you're actually a little bit ahead of schedule, which is really cool. But you do need to come back to the projects just to fix them up and turn them in, and so that
Yes.
you don't have them carry with you through the end of the program, and you just get them done and keep going from then on. That would be my suggestion. That try to finish them this week, submit them, and that way you'll be ahead of schedule. All right.
Okay.
With that being said, is there anything I can help you with today besides the
Um,
S3 thing that you're going to go?
no, it's just I don't really. Well, I don't know if it's too much of a question to ask, but in regards to, I don't really know how to, like, how do you, I guess maybe it works better in the capstone, but I was very curious to know how do you transfer like these project knowledges into like a resume where I guess that's probably like a question when I'm finished with the project, but I just wanted to know like how like like what are some? Have you heard any of like the success stories of people who take this like data engineering and kind of like get a job? Because when I'm looking on Indeed and trying to see what the program offers, I know
Right.
it's not a guarantee that I'll get a job, but I think I was just having trouble to seeing how to implement it for, I guess, for a career in like data engineering after, because I've never
Right.
done this before.
Right. Yeah, understood. So what you're saying is basically how how would this impact your job search basically? Like how can you let employers know like you can do this and how to put it in your resume? Okay, that's a fair question. So in terms of how to put it in your resume, you have access to it's a small icon in your classroom that is called Career Portal. So
Uh
when
huh.
you get back to your computer, you should check that out. It's basically an entire track of career resources. So it has everything from how to research your career options, how to network, how to polish your pitch, resume reviews. It has cover letter reviews. It has interview practices, and these are projects. So you're and it has GitHub, your GitHub profile review, and LinkedIn profile review. So you're going to share your resume, you're going to share your GitHub, you're going to share your LinkedIn, and somebody's going to look at it and make your
Uh
recommendations based on what you got there. So the cool thing is that it has a rubric, it has like all these steps that you need to complete. So it will walk you through on how to put these projects into your resume. So that is going to be really helpful, and I think it's based on what you're asking me right now, and
okay.
it's obviously tailored to the specific job you're going to be searching for. So that can be super helpful. Um, Please let me know once you get back to your computer if you're not able to find it, and I'll share a couple of screenshots so that you can look at it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
So other than that, I don't think I have any other questions. I'm enjoying the courses. It's just that it's getting harder for. It was just hard for me to connect to that S3 bucket because I was confused. But I mean, I guess it's like the first time being exposed to it. So
Right, right.
um,
But yeah, feel free to drop your questions. I check that every day. So if for example, if you implement it tonight and it doesn't work, right there, right, share a screenshot, share your question, and tomorrow I'll answer it so that you can keep working on
okay.
that. And please check the career portal. And it has lots and lots of resources that are going to be super useful for you. And the other thing that I want to talk to you is I usually have these calls on Saturdays, but if you're not able to make it on Saturdays, feel free to, just as we did for this occasion, like, oh, I cannot do Saturday, but I can do this and the other day, and I'll try to accommodate you in one of your
Okay.
available days for you.
Great. That sounds good to me.
Awesome. Well, William, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm going to share your learning plan through email, so you should expect that from me as well.
Okay. Perfect. Sounds good.
Awesome. William, pleasure to meet you.
Okay. I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.